This is a Saturday morning TV log from Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Welcome to another Saturday morning TV log, and this time around it's Mission Magic, brought to us by Filmation. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. I'm Dwell, the Big D to you, and this is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, this week's Saturday morning TV log is on another rare gem of an animated series. It's Mission Magic, produced by Lou Scheimer and the folks at Filmation. This series premiered on ABC on September 8th, 1973. Originally a spinoff of The Brady Kids, which came on the network the previous year, which introduced us to the character of Miss Tickle, a magical teacher who could transport her students to fantasy realms through her magic blackboard, which that would occur throughout this series run. The character of Miss Tickle was actually introduced on the Brady Kids in one episode. But not only that, this show would also be featuring Rick Springfield when he was a bigger celebrity in his native of Australia. Now, even though he did have a bit of a hit a year prior, but this is long before he even became a big star in the US by appearing on General Hospital, and long before he had a hit with Jesse's Girl in the 80s. Anyway, now even though Springfield still spoke with a pronounced Australian accent in the mid 70s, he provided his own voice for his animated doppelganger. On the show, Springfield always wore white pants and a white sweater, which sported on the front an encircled lowercase r with a lightning bolt in the background, which of course this design was taken from the back cover of his sophomore album, Comic Book Heroes, which was released a month prior that same year. Each week, Springfield will be joining Miss Tickle and her students, who form an after-school group called the Adventurous Club. Now then, this consisted of 6 other kids. Kim, an Asian girl, who's actually the leader of the group. Vinny, who spoke with a thick New York accent and often confused elaborate words. Carol, a blonde girl who had a crush on Rick. Socks, a quirky Jughead-like character who wore a light blue hat. Franklin, a black athlete. And Harvey, or Harv for short, a short, stocky, and bespectacled nerd. Now, of course, they were involved in a weekly after-school group called the Adventurous Club. Now, in the first episode of Mission Magic, the club was visiting class by the school principal, Mr. Samuels, who knew nothing of Miss Tickle's magical abilities. Almost every episode began by Rick communicating with the club via an enchanted gramophone, telling them where he was and either inviting them to come along or transmitting a distress message of some form. Miss Tickle would aim her magic ring at Tut Tut, a ceramic cat on her desk, who would come to life after Miss Tickle recited the incantation. Oh, Tut Tut, cat of ancient lore, 'tis the time to draw the magic door. Now, although she sings that, though, yeah, but in different tones and what have you. Now, Miss Tickle's bubbly and funny and all that jazz. I like this character. But anyway, I'll get to that, to her and the others in a little bit. Now, after drawing the magic door on the blackboard, Miss Tickle, along with Tut Tut and the students, would fly through the door and meet up with Springfield and his familiar, an owl named Ptolemy. In their travels to otherworldly lands and times, they would solve mysteries, fix problems, or help people in need. At the middle or end of each show, Springfield performed the song, its lyrics often tying into the message of that week's story. Now, an album with most of the songs from the series was released the following year, and it wouldn't get released on CD until 30 years later in 2004. Now, I had never actually seen this. This was one Filmation show I never did get to see, and I never did get its physical media release, which I'll get to that as well in a little bit. Anyway, I did recently watch the whole series though. Been watching for a few days, but now, of course, I have seen them all. I must say, it's very fun and what have you. I mean, now, of course, this has a little musical video number, kind of similar to what the Brady Kids had, and the same with Albert and the Cosby Kids, which also came out the previous year. However, after a total of 16 episodes were produced and aired, the show ended on December 22nd of 73, but continued in reruns. Now it's a group of kids and a bubbly teacher going through, well, into different worlds and what have you. After seeing this, I feel like this is considered to be a precursor to the Magic School Bus animated series. And yes, it factually is considered to be a precursor, in my opinion. Anyway, the soundtrack to Mission Magic was released in Springfield's native home of Australia on Wizard Records. It was actually his third overall studio album and is an almost complete song soundtrack to the series. Only about 90 seconds of each song was used in the TV show, but the album contains the full length versions of every song from the series except for episode 5 song and episode 15 second song, which was the only one in the series sung by Miss Tickle and not Springfield. Which, of course, I'm going to get to that right now. I did find the episodes on YouTube, but unfortunately, due to they the people who had put the episodes up had to kind of add to the musical numbers off for most of them, probably due to copyright issues. But I understand what have you. If I do happen to encounter this soundtrack, however, I will certainly look into it and hear them. Okay, now where was I? Now, none of the show's score, incidental music, or even Miss Tickle's brief melodic incantations were included. Now, the album was released in '74, several months after the series' initial run had finished, and only in Australia, even though the tune was produced in the US, possibly because of rights issues, no song from the series has ever appeared on any of the many official compilation albums Springfield gave to us. Anyway, and the Mission Magic album has been re released in various years and territories under numerous titles. There's so many, though. But anyway, now I can't be too sure if this show was re aired in syndication, though. But anyway, in May of 2007, the series got released on DVD by BCI Eclipse under its Ink and Paint Classic Animation label. However, the set's out of print, though. But anyway, it has all episodes uncut and digitally remastered for optimum audio and video quality and presented in its original broadcast presentation and original production order. I unfortunately don't have it since I was unable to find that set at my at the store I usually got most of BCI's material from, which was the now defunct Hastings Entertainment Superstore. Anyway, but however, no problem. If you, I mean, it's hard to get since it's out print. It'll be worth an arm and a leg to get. So, if you want to see Mission Magic, the full series is available on YouTube. But unfortunately, some of the musical numbers, not counting them, well, excluding Miss Tickle's little musical number in the next to last episode of the series, number 15, have been edited down in way, well, kind of muted in a way due to copyright issues. I'm pretty sure, but I'm not really sure. A few episodes do have the musical numbers intact. Maybe a few episodes. I think 2 or 3 episodes do. But that's it. Anyway, if you like some of the great musical series that, well, Filmation had given to us, like the Brady Kids, or even Fat Albert, or heck, even the Archie's franchise, I think you'll feel right at home with Mission Magic. This is a very fun show with great characters. Now, excuse me. Aside from Rick Springfield, who voices himself, the rest of the voice acting cast include Lola Fisher voicing Miss Tickle, who does an exceptionally very good job. I think she's a great character on this show. Now, voicing mostly big guy characters, not all of them, is Howard Morris, who of course was already well known for voicing Jughead in the Archie series, where he voices the Jughead-like character in Socks, and Vinny, where he kind of sounds like Jughead's voice in a way, as well as Mr. Samuels, and does the vocal effects for Tut Tut and Ptolemy and additional voices. Now, Lou Scheimer's youngsters, his son and daughter, who that same year would replace, a couple of certain Brady kids, would take the roles for the rest of the kids. Lou's son Lane, who later went on to voice Sport Billy, voiced Harvey and Franklin, while Erica Scheimer, Lou's daughter, voiced Kim and Carol. Anyway, Mission Magic is such a fun show, and again, it's a great show with great characters. Let me give you a little sample of this. Now, here's a shot here of group. There's Miss Tickle, and from right behind, beside her are the others. There's Franklin, Carol, Kim, Socks, Vinny, and Harvey. And even though some of the musical numbers might be added out in the video, if you watch this on YouTube, here's a shot of the animated Rick Springfield jamming on his guitar. But wait, there's more. There is something else I will talk about. Now, also, along the way, they do encounter numerous strange characters along the way. Most of them are pretty, strange in ways. Even some that are mythical. Now, the only kind of a bad guy they encountered more than one time was a character called Muldran. And Muldran was actually featured in the second episode, and then again in episode number 14. I thought I'd let you know about that just in case. So now you know about Mission Magic. Is this a show worth looking into? I'd say yes. I mean, if you're into some of the various shows from Filmation that had music and adventure and what have you, like the Brady Kids or the Archie series or even Fat Albert, or maybe if you'd like to see something that came long before the Magic School Bus, I'd say yes, give Mission Magic a shot. Or if you'd like to hear what Rick Springfield was like long ago before Jesse's Girl or Don't Talk to Strangers and what have you, I'd say go for it. I mean, if you're a big Rick Springfield fan, that's worth looking into. So anyway, what did you think of Mission Magic? Did you ever see this show when you were young, or did you ever catch this in reruns? If so, let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, consider clicking the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel, make it grow and make the views grow. Tell all your friends about my channel, give them to know me. Maybe they'd like to be a part of my Big D Nation. Share my vids with your friends if you like. And join me later tonight when I give you a review of The Crow's Salvation. So if you like this, check out my Saturday Morning TVLogs for these other shows that I had recently done that would have a feel to it, like Mission Magic. In the upper left-hand corner is another show that has music and fun, Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids. The upper right-hand corner is the Saturday Morning TVLog I did on Sport Billy. Or if you'd like another animated series with actual rock and roll and musicians, or may I say a band, check out the Saturday Morning TVLog I did for the Jackson 5 cartoon by Rankin Bass from 1971. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., as well as the Saturday Morning TVLog. Then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching, and next week's Saturday Morning TVLog is The Mask. So until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.